2 lifelong friends, 1 local establishment. The hidden truth is out there, and we're going to talk about it. What happens in the bar no longer stays in the bar. This is Conspiracy Beerists.
All right, so welcome to the latest episode of Conspiracy Beerists. By now, you know who we are. That's Brian, and I'm Dan. How you doing? So what's going on, Brian?
Christmas shopping and Christmas shopping.
That sounds exciting. Well, one thing, we wanted to do something a little different for this episode because we have the holidays coming up. So we talked the last few episodes about just kind of reminiscing and hopefully entertaining you listeners and viewers out there. So we're just going to reminisce, and whatever comes up, comes up. So we really don't have a set plan for today's episode. So,
no agenda.
So there's no agenda. And we'll steer clear of anything stupid. Well, no, we won't. We always get into it.
I'm sure there'll be some stupid that we got editors.
There's always some. I mean, I could ask you about the election and see what you...
It's still going.
Yeah, no, it's not.
You don't think so?
No.
I'm telling you, it's getting better.
What's getting better? Everything keeps getting thrown out.
No, it's not really. They're throwing other shit out, but Texas just sued 4 states or 5 states. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So that makes it, the Supreme Court has to look at it because another state's doing it. And if you don't see the fraud at all, you don't see any fraud?
No, there is no fraud.
Oh, my
there's
God.
Nothing put it this way.
Well, see, the mainstream media is not going to show anything. They're automatically
I'm not
going.
talking about mainstream. I'm talking about all these judges, a lot of them that Trump put into position, have thrown it out saying there's no evidence. So
It's crazy, man. I mean, if there's no evidence, then
I mean, why do you think?
might as well not even fucking
Why do you
vote.
think every time Giuliani shows up at one of these things and they say, "Show us the evidence," and he doesn't, they get thrown out?
I don't know. But they got stacks and stacks of affidavits from people.
Like that nutbag from Michigan that was just
That girl. Yeah, there's team on both sides hating that bitch. What about the one from Michigan, the other one? That black Democrat, yellow haired chick. Have you seen her?
No, I must have missed that
Oh my
one.
God. She was on that same
Is that the one that he asked to take the mask off? And
no, I don't know. Which one, the hammer guy?
no, the Giuliani asked one of the witnesses to take her mask off. So
Oh, no.
she can speak
And he
freely.
said, do you feel comfortable with that?
Like,
No, it wasn't that. It was the lady that was actually a Democratic, whatchamacallit. And she's like she wanted them to be under oath and everything. And they're like, you don't have to be under oath on this. And they're like, we already were under oath when we signed these affidavits. It's crazy, dude. We'll see. You want to put a wager on it? $10?
I mean, I'll bet you $10.
All right.
Nothing's gonna change.
Okay. $10.
He's,
$20?
I mean, what is it? In 2 days now, it's going to be
The
official.
12th. This is the big day. Today is the 10th, right?
Yeah, so Saturday, I guess. So
It's supposed to be. We'll see.
the next time we do a podcast for 2021, we'll be we talking about President Biden, and you'll be all like,
No, the inauguration is the 20th, I think, or something. 20th, 4th, or something.
nah, I don't ask me questions like that. I don't know. But nothing's
Who
changed,
knows?
has it? I
They
mean,
still won't let Biden plan his inauguration yet.
I don't think there's going to be much of it with COVID and everything. There's not going to be much going on anyways. So
Right.
I don't, it's just nutty.
It is. It's craziness.
I show me where all this fraud is happening, because
Well, Dominion is actually made in Venezuela for I can't remember his fucking name now. The guy that was Venezuela's
right. I know who you're talking about.
Not
Not Chavez. That's the old 70s one.
70 show.
Not Cesar Chavez, the boxer, either.
I can't remember anyway. So it would guarantee him to win every time. And why were they blocking the windows and stuff in Detroit so people couldn't see what they were doing? All the Dems.
It wasn't just that. There's Democrats and Republicans.
There are both sides that suck. Don't get me wrong. You're right there. They're all the politicians suck. All of them. That's the chair.
He's not going to get another 40. Not at least not for 2020. He's not. He runs again.
10, are we doing 10 or 20? I can't remember.
Huh?
$10 for betting? $20?
Why, you want to go 20?
I go 20.
Okay. That he's going to be the president for 2020.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's going to be a
I've been watching. Yeah, there will be a civil war.
There will be a civil war if that gets thrown out, and so
but there's strengths on both sides.
Oh, I agree. There's strengths on both sides, and I'm kind of getting tired of.
I'm tired of fucking everything.
Yeah. Ho ho ho, motherfucker.
Hunter Biden shit's finally coming out now.
Yeah, but that almost looks shady right now.
What do you mean? Why they're bringing it out?
Yeah.
I don't know why they are. It's the mainstream is doing it finally. Why wouldn't they bring it out during the election when he was trying to bring it out? You know what I mean?
What do you mean why he wouldn't bring it out? I mean,
Trump wanted it out before the election. That's why he brought it up during the debates and stuff, all the Hunter Biden stuff. He's got a laptop that you heard about the laptop, right?
Yeah, but that got thrown out too.
From what do you mean?
A judge threw it out and said it wasn't admissible.
Really? I haven't heard that. They're still talking about it. So I don't
know. No, they're trying to go through his tax records and stuff now, which Hunter Biden came out.
Tax records, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said he would turn everything over. And that's just going to burn Trump because he's been hiding his for 5 years now. So
he's fine.
But I also got on your side of it. I got in a debate with a dude today at work that said when Trump isn't in office anymore, they're all going to start putting them all in jail, the whole family. I'm like, he's not going to go to jail.
No, but I think Biden already said he wasn't going to investigate him. What would he go to jail for, anyways? Just
you know
anything.
How people make shit like that up on both sides. So, like, put him in prison. It's like people saying put Whitmer in prison. There's nothing they can do to put Whitmer in prison. So.
I don't know. She kills a lot of people.
She hasn't killed one person.
But she put them all in the old folks' homes.
No, she did not. If you actually look into that, they have to pass 2 COVID tests before anybody gets put in an old folks' home.
That's what she said?
No, that's not what she said. That's what the rule is, the federal law. Put anybody into an elderly center or whatever the fuck they're called.
Cuomo did it too.
They have to pass 2 COVID tests to get into, to be admitted, and then they have to be separated into their own wing.
Crazy. You're going to have to fact check that.
Please do.
Fact checkers are fucking wrong. They're fact checking shit and left and right, and it's just they're saying it's wrong because the way they're putting it on, like a tweet or something. You know, so just because you say it wrong.
Yeah, but who's to say whatever you fact check or whatever you watch?
I don't fact check. I just watch.
Do your research. Well, speaking of conspiracies, what are you thinking about the whole Harbaugh in Michigan thing? You think
I haven't really heard. Talk to me.
Well, you probably heard that they canceled their game with Ohio State this week because of COVID.
Really? I didn't hear that.
And, of course, everybody in Ohio is saying Michigan cancel it because they're...
Are they going for national championship?
Yeah, because, Ohio State would have lambasted Michigan.
Yeah, right.
They're probably 100-0 or something, but... No, everyone's making a big deal that he doesn't have a contract extension yet, so they're making...
He sucks. What happened to Why don't they just fire him? Is that what they're saying? Why don't they just get rid of him now? Or
well, there's like 2 camps. There's like whether Michigan doesn't want him to come back, and they don't want to fire him because he's a Michigan legend,
Right.
or two, that he's pulling a Jim Harbaugh, who tends to burn bridges wherever he's at, and has burned his bridges, and he's ready to move on.
Yeah.
So,
How long's he been there now?
6 years.
It's crazy. Man, time goes by so fucking fast.
Indeed, it does.
Indeed.
So, what sports have you been watching? Or
I'm just watching videos.
soccer?
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of soccer lately.
Australian rules football.
Old Pele videos. That fucker was fast back then too, like Babe Ruth.
That's one thing. Brian and I, in the 90s, had an apartment, and back when, I think, was it called Pass back then or whatever,
Oh,
we
shit.
used to watch
Yeah.
Australian rules football all the time.
They make a goal.
Matter of fact, when we were on a flag football team, I think you scored a touchdown and you did that.
No kidding. That's awesome. I did the Alfred Papoon on it.
Yeah.
Remember that? Oh, the good old days.
Yeah, well, we almost got our ass beat.
Oh, it's a football game?
Yeah.
Flint Town. Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, for people that don't know, which is everybody watching this or listening, we were on a flag football team, and there was this team in the league that hadn't lost like in 3 or 4 years or something like that.
A bunch of athletes on that team.
Yeah, a bunch of
Flint athletes.
former college football players and stuff, and we were all just a bunch of fat white hicks, and we beat them, and they didn't like it, so they wanted to fight us all the way out to the parking lot.
And the black refs are telling us we better leave.
Yeah,
That was crazy.
so just keep your mouth shut and get out of here.
Yeah.
So we did.
Got a Glock and
Except for Ron, who of course has to run his mouth.
him and P-Mac. P-Mac.
P-Mac.
I think Ron was banging his ma. P-Mac's ma or something.
I didn't even know P-Mac had a mom, but
He's a mother. She's a mother.
see, now I totally forgot about P-Mac.
Kissy.
Oh, Kissy birth. Putty.
Yeah, what is that? Why would they call him that?
Huh?
Why did they call him that? Didn't they call him that for something?
Because when he was quarterback on
Oh
that,
yeah. Honey.
instead of saying Putty, he was saying Putty.
That's Oh shit. God, he's a big dude too.
And that's why you don't smoke pot, right? No.
That is.
No,
Didn't he get in a lot of trouble? I guess we probably shouldn't spread this shit on there, but
he did get busted for transporting.
pot?
Yeah.
No kidding. I actually just seen something where the longest got marijuana grower that was incarcerated for the longest time just got out. So that's weird.
Because of the new rule, or
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Trump pardoned him. No, he didn't. I'm just saying.
I don't. That one I never got, but I guess I kind of do.
What's that?
Why that's even A, illegal, and B, why the hell people are going to prison for it.
Weed?
Yeah.
Why it was illegal?
Yeah.
Well, I can give you a little history lesson.
Please do.
I believe back in the day of oil, and I don't know if it was Rothschild or Rockefeller. One was oil and one was steel, I think, or some shit like that. It might be Rockefeller. Anyways, they banned it because they were using hemp oil for other shit that they can use oil for. That's what I heard. That could be just some stoner telling me that. Sticking out for it. Fucking Rockefeller records.
Rockefeller's, I think, was oil.
I think so.
They were Standard Oil, I think.
Yeah.
And steel was J.P. Morgan.
No, he's finance
Nah,
man, right? I know they're all fucking crooks. But,
We're all crooks. So.
yeah, I guess.
So tell us more about your history of pot. Was that the reason why it became illegal, or was it the whole
The reason why it became legal?
illegal?
Oh, I think that's what it was. I heard this is back in the 20s probably though. Yeah, I'm sure there wasn't a bunch of doobie smokers except the Indians.
Native Americans.
Oh yeah.
Unless
Canceled.
you're talking about people from India.
But and I think it became legal because the people that did it in the 70s were finally old enough to vote on it, or not vote on it, but like are in office now, so they can bring it to the thing. And it's
I agree with that in part, but I think half of that is also like all the money that people
Right.
spend on this, and we're not taxing the shit out of it. So
Mhm.
the hell's wrong with us?
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked a lot on this podcast about how the upper class or the government or secret societies, whatever, want to keep the little man down. What better way to keep him down than to keep him baked and happy? Yes, I said
It's a
baked.
good night.
It's 1998. I said baked.
Next year we're conspiracy dubyists.
That shit was pretty tight.
I didn't roll it.
One of our old friends shows you, not that I think marijuana's addicting or anything, but always used to tell, since me and another friend were the older two of the group, always to say he wasn't getting peer pressure to do anything.
Yeah. He started smoking weed more than anybody.
Yep, and Tyler turned.
Yeah.
Was that over pot or was that over the Everclear?
I think it was Everclear.
Well, you're gonna peer pressure me to do
Yeah.
that, and then Taylor
Take a
burns
shot.
his face off with it.
Can't grow a fucking mustache or nothing anymore. Fireball.
And for those of you that don't know, if you ever have any Everclear whiskey, yes, it does light and it will burn your face off.
I think it's got a warning label on it, probably, right?
You know, it should. It's like what?
If it doesn't, Taylor should be getting some cash.
I think it's a statute of limitations of a.
He probably already got the cash and he just fucking spent it.
Well, he could have sued Rick and Lori, but the would have
Yeah.
got what? Some
Cheddar cheese shred.
No, because you and Tyler.
Oh my god, those are the great days.
Half a pack of Marlboros from
Pat.
yeah, Rat Rollins.
Bo Jackson correction.
That guy was
I hate to talk about anybody's speech impediment, but that's the best one I've heard.
Rat Rollins.
All the L's were super R.
He was a fan of the Los Angeles Raiders.
And our friend Srugger. Killer, yeah.
What would Pat call Las Vegas? No, Las Vegas Raiders.
It'd be sweet if we could call him up. Hey, Pat.
He would be an interesting guest. But I won't. Just turn on the microphone and say, go.
Old friends. Well, I think I laughed so hard when he said that because I collected the Bo Jackson cards.
Right.
And I had a Bo Jackson collection. And he said Bo Jackson correction. And I just fucking couldn't deal with that. That's a freshman in high school.
Well, speaking of Bo Jackson, me and this other guy were talking on social media last week about the greatest athlete of all time. And I said if Bo Jackson wouldn't have had that hip injury, probably would have gone down as.
No, probably, right?
Because I mean,
I just watched a thing on him and Dion saying they were the only two that really kind of did that.
Right.
And they played one time in baseball. Bo hit 3 home runs, and Dion hit it in the Parker that Bo dove for but missed. And that was pretty cool. But Bo really didn't like the hype, like prime time.
You know, prime time's going to be a head football coach at Jackson State or somewhere.
I seen him coaching some high school team or something.
He's going to do college now.
Really?
Yep.
It's cool, I guess.
I think it's want to say Jackson State. I could be wrong, but
Probably Michigan here pretty soon.
I'd be all for that. Something's got to change at Michigan because
I watched this other thing about Tim Tebow. Remember how he had John 3:16 when he was in Florida?
right.
Well, he had some other one on there for the whole season, and then I believe they went undefeated. And then he was going to change. He said God told him to change it to John 3:16. And the coach was like, "What's the coach's name? Ohio State's coach."
Yeah, Urban Meyer.
Meyer, yeah. And he's like, "No, you can't fucking do that." And probably didn't say it fucking. He's like, "No, you can't do that." He's like, "Oh, God told me to do it and stuff." He's like, "All right, whatever." Well, he played that game, national championship. They said 92 million people Googled John 3:16. It's fucking craziness. Power
Power of the media.
of the media.
Power of television.
That's why the world sucks right now. Fucking media.
It's always been like that though. Ever since there's been TV and radio.
Yeah.
And before that was probably, you believe what your town crier or whatever the hell it's hear ye, hear ye. Information is power. You should
Oh yeah, big time. We're powerful right now, Dan. We're the news.
Our huge little podcast that we do
Huge little podcast.
every couple of weeks. Now today's actually the anniversary of our 8th episode being released, which we talked about Satanism and music from a year ago today. So
Wow, that's crazy. Our 8th episode, huh?
yeah, and this is I think our 26th or 27th.
That's nuts, man. Like you said, time goes fast. We still got 16 views.
I haven't looked.
I
So.
don't know.
And for the person that won the shirt, I still haven't sent them out. You can blame me for that.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Good call on that answer.
No, you said you talked to.
Yeah, I can't remember.
You were
what his
chatting with
name
one of
was.
our viewers.
Yeah, he had actually left a message. And I can't remember if it was I think our Facebook.
Right.
And I can't remember his name, but he liked it. It was pretty cool. He was pretty pumped that I messaged back like fucking stars and shit.
Well, we are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Louis Lamas. That's his name. Louis Lamas.
And he said he wanted us to talk about something on a future podcast.
He wanted us to talk about Louis Lamas. I'm just joking.
Did you look up?
He wanted to actually see the video of the California. He's from California.
Oh, the California wildfires.
Yeah.
Did you send him the link?
I sent him a video. That's the way I am to our fans.
And
But he sent us something called "The Hidden Agenda Behind the Planned Destruction of America" with Rosa Quare. And I haven't got to that yet, but I'll look at that later.
watch
Lewis.
it and we can talk about it next time.
All right, Lewis.
Kick
My
off
God, give a call.
2021 with the
Louis, I'll send you a shirt when we get some more in there, buddy.
well, we have larges and I think extra large left at the
Well, I seen his Facebook pic. I just teasing.
So yeah.
Sweetness.
Was there something you want to dive into? I know we talked about doing cults in the future, which I think will be interesting.
There's actually something coming on about that Heaven's Gate coming on TV or one of those streaming things, Netflix or whatever, that I can't remember. It was weird because the guy when he's talking in the TV and stuff,
Right. Marshall Apple.
he's fucking got a head full of hair. He's still old, but he's younger. Weird. But he's doing the fucking Max Headroom shit.
Well, they were one of the early online streaming things.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they weren't the first, but he was smart enough to use that angle to draw suckers in.
Wow. It's crazy. The power of the internet.
So,
And some Looney Tune and Nikes. Didn't they have Nikes?
Drink this Kool-Aid, yeah. So
Wore Nikes to sleep.
we're gonna hop on this UFO that's trailing behind a hail bomb, and
Yeah.
we're gonna go to heaven.
It says SpaceX on it. You see that blew up or something?
Yeah, but he did come out and say, he goes, yeah, it blew up, but they also had one in, I think, April or whatever that blew up too.
Mm,
But he said they got all the information they wanted off of it.
that's good. I guess there's some 15-year-old that's getting ready to go to Mars. You heard that?
No.
Some 15-year-old girl is getting ready to go to Mars. And it says, would you go to Mars? And no, you're not coming back. So she's preparing to go to Mars and never come back because she's going to go up. And there's no way she's going to make it to Mars. Do you think so?
I mean, yes, we have capability of getting there.
We do?
I don't know how long it takes, but
I do got to send you another video. It's
I
a pretty good
mean,
one.
what they mean by never coming back, playing like she can try
Like
to...
she's going to live there, probably start a fucking podcast, Mars cast.
Well, she better have an ass ton of oxygen and water and some kind of hydroponic bay. And
Oh, I'm sure she's not gonna have a chance. No offense.
I mean, you never know. I mean, they did just claim they found
I know.
water on it.
Oh, they did? They found water on it? On Mars?
Evidence of it, anyways. Whether it's still there or not, I don't know. But
And did we talked about that comet that was getting that satellite put on it or something like that?
Yeah.
Remember? That was fucking crazy.
like Armageddon,
Yeah.
or was it?
Yeah, you're
Armageddon?
right. Armageddon.
Okay. So what about the? Everyone's calling it the Star of Bethlehem.
I don't know. I haven't heard.
It's Jupiter and Saturn are going to be like within 1 degree of each other in the sky, and people claim that's what was the Star of Bethlehem.
Okay.
People seeing that.
So Jesus is going to be born
Yeah,
again?
that's what everyone's saying. So you know my opinion on that. So.
I'll bet you fucking $20.
What?
Just joking. No, that's crazy because people think he's coming back one of these days. Dan, I don't know. I mean, I know how you think, and I really don't know. But
I think if that were real, they would have come back by now, but what do I know?
right. Why come back now? Before now, though, it's the best time in history to come back. It's going to be a fucking mess coming up here pretty soon.
I think it's been a mess this whole
Well,
year.
obviously,
So.
You know, they think this is the year of 2012. Have you heard that?
I haven't, but I did hear somebody say, well, it's kind of a joke, but like people complaining about or being glad that 2020 is almost over, so this shit can end. It's like, have you ever stopped to think that maybe 2020 is the start of the worst decade ever?
Yeah, obviously, right? Oh my gosh, I couldn't imagine 10 years of this shit.
But no, I haven't heard that, so tell me about it.
I'm just saying I heard it. That's all.
So you don't know anything about it either.
I was just wondering if you heard about it, and then maybe we talk about it. But
No, with the whole election and all the shit going on, I've tried to avoid even.
right.
I mean, so much social media, I don't even really get on much anymore.
I just get on YouTube. That's it. Right? And it's falling
For
apart.
now,
Parlor's coming.
Parlor's on, but
Right.
the one thing and this will make maybe some listeners angry, but whatever. Like the first time
Well, you got to cancel.
I was joking about all the people that said after the election that they were leaving Facebook and Twitter and going to Parlor.
Oh, really?
Screw this, Parlor, doesn't censor us and this, that, and that. It's like,
Just wait, right?
well, they're starting to funnel back into Twitter and Facebook. I was like,
Well, isn't Facebook getting sued by every state now over trust laws or some shit?
yeah, they're trying to.
What's that about, you know?
They're just saying he has too much, like he's trying to create a monopoly.
Because of WhatsApp, right?
Right.
Hmm.
But
What are you supposed to do? Right?
I mean, he bought all that stuff. So
Right. God, he's a weird motherfucker too.
he's a rich bastard.
Rich, weird motherfucker.
For one little innocent idea he had in college. And
Did he steal it from the twins? Some a pair of twins in there?
Something, man. It's like he had partners or something, but that happens to everything. So, so it's always the loudmouth that gets all the recognition. I mean, look at Apple.
Right.
Wozniak probably did more creating than Steve Jobs did, but everyone always just remembers Steve Jobs.
Deeb.
Oh, Deeb.
Deeb Jobs.
As long as we don't get into any Gerald Dennis story.
They made him like a Christ figure, all those fucking fruities.
Who, Steve?
Steve Jobs.
I mean, I don't know if I could call Steve. Never mind.
Steve
Yes.
Sexton.
Yeah. Not Christy.
Not Todd.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, yeah, we just said Christy. If Dave watches this or listens to it, then he's gonna. We all know Dave. If you listen or watch this, we know you and Christy had your little.
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
I remember some people saying, oh my God, we're going to get fucking sued. She's a warm glass of water.
What's the funny thing is there's 3 people in this area that didn't ever do anything with her. 2 of them are sitting behind the camera, and the other one is Dave.
Right.
The rest of this town.
And the thing is, I heard the warm glass of water while I was with Dave, but it wasn't Dave.
Oh, so it was Kenny.
Yeah. KO. They don't listen.
I didn't say his last name, Osmond.
Jesus.
I told you I wanted to have a laid-back reminisce show. So.
Yeah. Oh my God. We're gonna get fucked.
No, we're not.
No.
See, this is what we do when we're not trying to sound like we know what we're talking about. We just sit around, drink, and laugh.
And rip session normally.
Yeah.
And that should be allowed in today's society, although we got that fucking left fucking garbage that keeps censoring people and cancel culture from shit from years ago, you know?
Why do you even do there? It's
crazy.
I mean, how many of these celebrities and stuff have to jump on social media and apologize for something they said 10, 20 years ago or whatever. So
Kevin Hart had to do it.
Kevin, so I was just trying to remember who it was I just read had to apologize for something they did like 15 years ago.
God, I'd be fucked.
I mean, it's even like we talked a little bit about sports. Some of these players that are getting drafted and stuff or in college now, and it's like they find stuff that they posted on
when they were
Twitter,
fucking 8th grade or something.
And when they were in elementary school, or not elementary, but middle school or high school. It's like, come on.
Go away. Go the fuck away.
I mean, we all did dumb shit when we were young, so.
For sure.
Everybody.
Yeah,
everybody.
every person.
I mean, look.
And who are these people that think they can fucking run the show? Because they are the fucking minority, I guarantee it.
Oh, probably.
You know what I mean? Can't say shit on fucking Twitter. It's like, what's the point? That's what it's there for. You can fucking do it without people seeing you do it. It's fucking, that's where you go to town. Start fucking.
I'm on Twitter. Every time we have a podcast, I get on there and post a link to it, and that's as far as I do.
I never done Twitter.
Well, if you look at our thing, there's like 25 posts, and it's just for shows. And it's like,
Yeah.
I don't get on and read shit. I don't. No.
We should do a live broadcast.
A live Twitter feed.
Yeah. Band.
This is what this boob says. This is what this. Well, yeah. I mean, even look at all the AOC stuff. I think she's real proud of that video that came out when she got elected.
I don't think I've seen it. She's
The one
as
that
dumb as a
little
fucking
sexy
rock.
video that she was doing.
That's the only thing she needs to be doing. Probably.
Well, I'm just saying that's something we all do stupid stuff.
Right.
So.
Well, think about like music too. Don't you think they should? If anybody should get canceled, there should be a lot of fucking musicians that get canceled, right? I mean, I don't want anybody canceled. I'm just saying all this music from.
I agree with that, but it's.
I love it. Don't get me wrong. Like fucking WAP or whatever from Cardi B.
Right.
Did you play that for your fans?
I know it, so.
No, I mean, I didn't know if you played it or not. I have never even really heard it, but I know what it means. Like that should be canceled, shouldn't it? In all reality.
In this day and age, you would think it would be, but
Right.
it's that fine line of who gets to speak their mind and who doesn't. So.
Right, well, that's not a good line.
Maybe it's not you. But
Whose line is it anyways? How about that show, that fucking completely scripted piece of shit?
Wasn't completely scripted.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh, we're fucking wrestling later. It is a lot scripted, I think. Like they know exactly what's going to be said.
I think they knew going in what the topics were going to be, but I don't think it was scripted.
Right, I'm sure they would do their goofy shit, but
I mean, they were cracking up a little too much for it to be completely scripted.
yeah. Well, Saturday Night Live scripted, and then fucking Fruit Loops break fucking character all the time.
That's true, but I don't know. Maybe it was.
No, it was, Dan. Or laugh tracks, even. What a fucking thing that ruined a lot of shit when I found out about laugh tracks.
What about laugh tracks?
Like on old TV shows.
You never knew they had laugh tracks?
I did. I mean, I've known for probably 15 years or something, but when I found out, I was like, what the fuck? So then you watch it now without the laugh tracks, you're like, oh my God, dude, it's so fucked up. So stupid. Friends, they have some shit on shit videos on that.
I always remember a line from Futurama that had this executive come in and go, I once put a laugh track on a show that had no jokes in it.
No shit. It's
I'm
awesome.
probably screwing that whole thing up, but whatever. You get the point.
Right.
You?
Yeah, I got it.
So what do you want to talk about in 2021? It's going to be a big year.
It probably is.
COVID's going to be
big
coming
year.
to an end.
Yeah, right. Now that Biden's still in fucking office. Right. He'll keep that shit around for fucking years. All right, but yeah, I hope COVID's gone. Sick of the fucking bullshit. Sick of the masks.
You're not going to get the vaccine.
No. I guess there's like 55% of people that said they want to get it. Isn't that crazy? Are you going to get it?
Probably.
Dan?
Probably have to with my job.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, that's going to be fucked up if they do that.
Yeah.
Do you think if they put a chip in it, like they'd be able to test to see if you're
We
vaccinated?
talked about this.
I know.
Not you and I, but at work. Because it's actually somebody my boss is friends with who said he's not going to get it because he said they're putting chips in it so they can track you.
All right.
And I said the exact thing before my boss said that he said it. He goes, why would they put something in a vaccine to track you when you have that cell phone with you where they know exactly where you are every minute,
Yeah, but if they put a chip in it, if you lose your cell phone, it's fucking right there.
How many people lose their cell phone?
I lose mine fucking all the time.
You know, how long are you without it though?
Not very long. But another thing, the chip is supposedly, I don't know if it's going to be a chip. I really don't know. It might be too early. Bill Gates is fucking garbage. He's a computer guy. Rothschild, one of the Rothschilds was talking about it. Or one of the Rockefellers. Fuck, they're both the same. This guy named Aaron something talked about it. He was friends with Rockefeller. Yeah. I think 90210. They're at the fucking crow's nest or whatever the fuck it was. What was it called?
The Peach Pit.
Peach Pit.
The crow's nest.
But if you get the chip, then they can wave this fucking thing over your arm to tell whether you can go go in the fucking Walmart, just like having a mask.
Yeah, but that's an old.
What do you mean? It hasn't even happened yet.
Yeah, but that goes back as far as the
Bible.
In the Bible.
Right. That's what the Bible is, a prophecy saying what's going to come, right? Supposedly, in your side of the fucking evil. But that's what it is. It's supposedly a chip, and they wave something over and it tells whether they can go in to church, schools, whatever. Like, I'm not going to have one, right? So they're going to go,
Well, that's a,
you're fucking going to re-education camp.
so are they a thrash metal band?
They are. They got fucking gas masks on and fucking machetes. You know, we talked about Denver airport stuff a little bit. I guess the murals, they got rid of them. Did you ever see them? You've seen the murals that they had.
Yeah, I've seen.
Where they had the guy with the gas mask and the fucking machete. He looks evil as fuck.
Well, let's go back to your comment about the
Mark,
chipping
the
in.
mark.
Wouldn't it? Yes. The mark of the beast.
Okay.
If that were the case, wouldn't they make it mandatory for everybody?
Yes.
To get it then?
Well, that's what they're going to start. That's how they feather it into the societies. People want to get it. They're fucking like, yeah, let's get this. Fuck COVID. Right? So then they get it. Then all of a sudden they come up with some shit where you got to have it to fucking do something. So then people are like, motherfuck. COVID's gone by now. Biden's still fucking in office. Fucking no, Kamala's in office. I mean, fucking dirtball tramp. And then they don't have to have the chip though. They don't need it. But it's going to be a cashless society. They're already trying that.
I mean,
for sure.
This society's been going cashless for 30 years.
Right.
So that's nothing new.
Right. But they want.
I mean, look at all the Venmo and all that. Or not,
PayPal, Venmo. Kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah, but that's all digital stuff. But then you got the Bitcoins and stuff like that. I mean, that's
right. That's digital
virtual
currency.
money.
It's real. Fake. You know, it's a midget. But that's the way it is with banks too. They supposedly only have 20% of the cash that they have in their bank. You know what I mean? The rest is on the computer, digital dollars. Because what they do, you go put money in the bank, they'll lend that fucking money out.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't remember what the actual number is, but I know they said the U.S.'s gold supply is like a tenth of what the
used to be
actual currency is. It's
right. Yeah, paper, dollar bills, paper.
Yeah, that's.
You know what I mean?
That was
paper.
a big thing in the 1800s when people didn't want to go to greenbacks because they wanted the coins because the coins were actual
metal,
precious
real
metals.
Yeah, right.
And here we are with greenbacks.
Yeah. And then I think we probably already talked about this, but it was on I should probably look into this again.
It was on fuck.
It was on fuck. But it was during Christmas and it was like 1919. I can't remember the president that did it. The hell did
Wilson.
thing. Was it Wilson?
Yeah.
It did the income tax and the bank, central bank, right? Yeah. While people were away on Christmas vacation. So we had all their fucking homies in there.
Is that what he called them back
They
then,
did.
1990? Get my homies in here.
That's where the slaves got it.
Well, I told you the story about Wilson's wife was pretty much president the last couple of years of his term.
Yeah, because he was sick, right?
He had a stroke and could hardly. Not Billy Squire. So you don't have anything specific you want to talk about in 2021 at some point?
And I'm sure some shit will come up. We'll probably do you'll probably give me your $20 that you owe me next time we meet.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy. It really is. I have. I'll be fucking feeding you candy bars. Here, put this in there.
What, Snickers and Squirt? No, I'm not Lori.
Dr. Pepper. But There's gonna be some shit that happens within the next couple of weeks, I'm sure. But I've been watching a lot of weird stuff that tells you my side of the story, that doesn't get put on regular shit. And it's probably not going to be around much longer if Biden sticks in there.
Why? You can't shut everything down.
He's trying. See, another thing they were saying, the Q thing, right? All this stuff, all this fraud, even though they're not seeing it, obviously you guys aren't seeing it, that the people are supposed to see this shit happen. So they get the idea that these guys have been crooked forever. You know what I mean? But obviously you're not seeing it.
No.
It's crazy. Frustrating. You know what I mean?
What's the divide in this country? Is people believe and they don't.
Well, I'm not saying you, okay? The mass media, well, the people that don't believe my side, the mass media feeds this shit to these people, right? No matter what it is. Biden's fucking president already, they think. So it's because Fox and fucking everybody else certified it, right?
Yeah.
That's the cheer. So the mass media, Facebook, fucking tells all these even kids that Donald Trump's bad news for us because he's not a politician. He's not part of what they want, which is to fucking have the whole world under the same global fucking shit. That's where I get from it. And Trump's trying to stop it, even though eventually it's going to happen anyways, I believe.
I don't think he's trying to stop it, but we can agree to disagree on that.
That's why I want to watch videos. I want to show you some shit that, while I'm watching it with you, kind of, so I can point the shit out.
All right, well, we got this big giant screen now, so
okay.
In 2021, we can set up the camera to where we can watch this and
I'll show you the
live riff it.
I'll wake you up, brother.
Well, if there's any topic that you listeners and viewers would like us to talk about or cover, just let us know on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube at Conspiracy Beerists. And when we reconvene in 2021, we will happily look into it and hopefully keep entertaining you at least.
Yes.
I mean, we may not know what we're talking about, but we have fun doing it.
That's why you guys got to research it. Go look into it. Don't believe the fucking hype.
Now, I will say one thing that somebody kind of ripped on us about, and they were joking, but still, it's like, what do you guys mean? You guys one of these people that do your research by just watching YouTube videos?
It doesn't matter. Go look into it.
I mean, maybe Pond has some.
What's up, Pond? We got a extra small t-shirt if you know what that cat's name is.
An extra small? Did we get an extra small?
For a cat.
So we hope you have a happy and safe holiday. And
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Are you one of those?
Merry Christmas.
You won't say happy holidays.
No, I'm not gay.
Why is that?
I mean, nothing wrong with that if you're
you
like,
know why they say happy holidays, right?
Because there's Thanksgiving and New Year's and probably Christmas all together.
And Kwanzaa.
Oh, and Hanukkah, yeah.
Because there's more
But
than
I'm
one.
not black or Jewish, so I'm gonna say Merry Christmas.
That's perfectly fine.
I don't fucking own Target.
You wish you did.
Probably. I will be a Target, right?
So we hope you have a Merry Christmas or Happy Holiday
And Kwanzaa.
and Kwanzaa and New Year
Hanukkah, and you're all great.
Robonica and everything else that comes along. So, and until 2021, we just implore you to not take our word for it.
Do your research, fellas and ladies. Later.
Ryan and I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you enjoy this podcast, don't forget to subscribe either wherever it is you listen to the podcast or on YouTube. And if you have a suggestion of a conspiracy you'd like us to talk about, let us know on Facebook or YouTube at Conspiracy Beerists. And until next time, remember, The truth is out there. You just have to know where to look.
WLLP Spock Rock Radio.